All right, ready to dive in. Today we're taking a look at Attract and Keeper by Jim Wolfe. This whole thing is about dating and relationships, and honestly, we're going to see if it lives up to all the hype. We've got excerpts from the book testimonials, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. And it's a lot of hype, right? Decoding the female mind, no breakups, lasting love. I mean, Wolf is really going for it.
Yeah, he really is. And the website is super marketing heavy. Like that limited time discount is right there front and center. But hey, let's not get distracted by the flashing lights. What really caught my eye was this female filter thing.
Ah, yes, the female filter. So Wolf's argument is that women are basically biologically predisposed to reject men. And he says that's the root of like all dating frustrations, from unanswered texts to, even divorce.
Okay, I'm kind of intrigued already, but is there any truth to this filter? Or is it just like a marketing thing? It does sound a little intense.
Well, it's definitely provocative. Wolf cites a bunch of studies like that one from Stanford, the one that found women initiate divorce 69% of the time. That alone, I think, suggests that maybe there's something there worth exploring.
69%. Wow, that's a lot. So if this filter is real, how do you get past it?
Well, that's where Wolf's 8 secrets come in. He says these are the things that women are really looking for in a man. And here's the thing. He says they have nothing to do with looks, money, any of that superficial stuff.
Wait, hold on. No good looks or fancy dinners needed. I'm listening. Tell me more about these secrets.
Okay, so we don't want to spoil everything, but one of the secrets Wolf talks about is emotional presence. He says women are drawn to men who are in tune with their own emotions, and can create a safe space for emotional connection.
Emotional presence. Okay, yeah, I can see that. It's about being genuine and vulnerable, not like putting on an act.
Great. Exactly. Wolf is all about authenticity. He says that trying to be someone you're not is like a recipe for disaster. True attraction comes from being comfortable with yourself and letting your true personality come through.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. So it's not about learning tricks or lines. It's more about understanding yourself and what you bring to the table.
Exactly. Wolf argues that attracting a woman and keeping her are two different things. Like the initial spark might be from surface level attraction, but a lasting connection needs something more.
So what makes a woman stay in love then?
Wolf says it's things like emotional maturity consistency, the ability to create a sense of security and stability. He argues that women are naturally drawn to men who can provide those things.
Interesting. He's really focused on the long game, not just the initial chase. But can one book actually teach you all that? It almost sounds too good to be true.
Right, well, that's what we're here to figure out. Let's look at Wolf himself for a second. The website talks about his own journey. Apparently, he wasn't always this relationship expert.
Oh, really? What was his story?
Well, he talks about struggling to keep women around until he really dedicated himself to studying dating and relationships. I mean, we're talking hundreds of books, original research, even a master's degree in this stuff. It's clear he's put in a ton of time and energy into understanding this.
13 years of research. Wow, that's dedication. Sounds like he's really put in the work.
Absolutely. And he says all that research paid off. He claims he hasn't been broken up with since he started applying these ideas to his own life.
And now he's coaching men all over the world, sharing what he's learned. That definitely adds something, that personal touch.
It does. He's not just some random expert. He's someone who's actually been there and come out on the other side.
Okay, so he's clearly passionate about this.
Yeah.
But what does his book actually offer? What can someone expect to learn from Attract and Keeper?
Well, he lays out a step-by-step process for attracting and keeping a woman. He covers everything from first impressions to long-term relationship success. He dives deep into female psychology, communication skills, even practical tips for building a strong and lasting connection.
So it's not just about picking up women at a bar then. It sounds like it's a more, holistic approach to dating and relationships.
Exactly. He really focuses on choosing the right woman from the start and avoiding those common pitfalls that can totally sabotage a relationship.
He's all about intentionality then, making conscious choices.
Yeah.
Not just like stumbling through the dating world.
Right. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and attracting a woman who's truly aligned with your values and goals and building a foundation for lasting love, not just, fleeting attraction.
I like that. A lot of dating advice out there feels kind of superficial. Like it's all about short-term wins. But Wolfe seems to be taking a different approach.
Yeah, he is. And I think one of the things that sets him apart is this emphasis on really understanding female psychology.
Right. We talked about the 8 secrets earlier. Can you give me another example of what he means by that?
Sure. So Wolf talks about this thing called polarity in relationships. He says that men and women are inherently different, and that those differences can actually be a source of strength and attraction.
Polarity. I'm not sure I get that.
Okay, think about magnets. Opposites attract, right? Well, Wolf thinks that men and women have these complementary energies, and when those energies are in balance, it creates like a magnetic force that draws them together.
Okay, that's a good analogy. So it's not about trying to be exactly like your partner. It's more about embracing those differences and letting them enhance the relationship.
Right, and Wolf gives you specific advice on how to cultivate that polarity in a way that's healthy and attractive. He talks about like masculine leadership and feminine receptivity, and how those roles can create a really dynamic and fulfilling partnership.
Interesting. It sounds like he's drawing on some traditional ideas about relationships, but he's kind of reframing them in a way that feels good for both men and women.
Yeah, I think that's fair. He's not shying away from those traditional roles, but he's really emphasizing mutual respect and understanding.
And that connects with this whole idea of choosing the right woman, which is
Yeah.
something he talks about a lot.
Yeah, he's very clear that his approach isn't about manipulating women. It's about attracting someone who's genuinely compatible with you. You know, someone who shares your values and goals.
It's about finding a partner who complements you, not completes you.
Exactly. And he gives you a framework for figuring out compatibility and making sure you're choosing a woman who's actually a good fit for you long term.
I think a lot of people struggle with that, knowing how to choose the right partner. So that's really helpful.
He also spends a lot of time on communication skills. He emphasizes active listening, expressing your needs clearly, and understanding how men and women communicate differently, sometimes in subtle ways.
Yeah, communication is so important in any relationship. But does he get into specifics, like
Okay.
how to handle disagreements or have those tough conversations?
Oh, definitely. He gives you practical tips and even scripts for handling conflict in a healthy way, setting boundaries, even expressing love and appreciation in a way that your partner will really get.
Wow, it sounds really comprehensive.
It is. He even has chapters on building intimacy, maintaining passion, keeping that spark alive over the long term.
Okay, now I'm seeing the value here. He's not just talking about that initial attraction. He's covering all the different stages of a relationship.
Yeah, and he does it in a way that feels really practical. He gives you actual steps you can take to improve communication, deepen your connection, create a relationship that's truly fulfilling for both of you.
So it's not just theory, it's real-world advice.
Exactly. And that's what makes his approach so appealing. It's grounded in research and personal experience, but it's also really easy to understand and use.
Okay, so we've talked about the content, but what about the book itself? Is it easy to read?
Oh, yeah. The book is really well structured. It's broken down into clear, concise chapters that build on each other. He uses lots of real-life examples and stories to illustrate his points, which makes it engaging and relatable.
That's good to hear. I've read some self-help books that are so dry and academic, it's like pulling teeth to get through them.
Wolf definitely avoids that. He writes in a very conversational style, like he's talking directly to you.
That personal touch makes a big difference. It's like having your own relationship coach guiding you along the way.
Exactly. And on top of that, he includes a bunch of bonus materials to support you even more.
Oh yeah, the website mentioned those. What kind of bonuses are we talking about?
So he has guides on texting, body language, building rapport, even dealing with rejection. It's like a complete toolkit for dating.
Yeah, he really goes all out.
He does. And it's clear that he really wants to help men succeed in their relationships.
So speaking of success, the website has tons of testimonials from men saying this book has changed their lives. Have you seen those?
Yeah, I have. And it's important to remember that those are carefully selected.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a common thread. Men talking about feeling more confident, understanding women better, and building stronger, more fulfilling relationships.
It's one thing to hear it from the author, but it's another to see real people sharing their positive experiences. That definitely adds credibility.
It does.
Yeah.
And it suggests that Wolf's approach is really working for a lot of guys.
Of course, there are always going to be skeptics. Some people might say this is all smoke and mirrors. That there's no magic formula for attracting and keeping a woman.
Right. And no book can guarantee you a perfect relationship. But what Wolf offers is a framework for understanding how attraction works and a set of tools for dealing with the challenges of dating and relationships.
He's not promising a quick fix. He's giving you a roadmap for personal growth and relationship success.
Exactly. And that's what's so compelling about his approach. He's empowering men to take control of their love lives and create the kind of relationships they really want.
So we've covered a lot here. Wolf's background, his core concepts, The structure of the book, the bonus materials, those great testimonials.
We even talked about some potential criticisms
Yeah.
and, acknowledge that there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
So what stands out to you the most? What's the key takeaway?
I think what's most impressive is how deep and thorough Wolfe's approach is. He doesn't just give you some basic dating tips. He really digs into the psychology of attraction, the nuances of communication, the foundations of a lasting relationship.
He's not just telling you what to do. He's helping you understand why it works.
Exactly. And that's what makes Attract and Keep Her such a great resource. It's not just about getting a girlfriend, it's about becoming a better man and building a more fulfilling life.
It sounds like he's really about helping men be proactive,
Mm-hmm.
intentional with their relationships.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about his work. He doesn't want you to be passive or play games. He wants men to step up, be authentic, and go after the kind of love they want.
Yeah, I can see that. It's about taking control of your own happiness, not waiting for someone else to make you happy.
Right. And it's a powerful message. Wolf's basically saying you have the power to create the love life you want. You just need the knowledge and the tools.
And he's providing those tools with his book.
Mm-hmm.
The step-by-step stuff, the tips, the bonus materials. It's all there to help men find and keep that lasting love.
Yeah, it's a whole package. And then you add in those amazing testimonials, and that guarantee, it's a pretty good offer.
Yeah, that guarantee is really something. It shows he really stands behind his approach. He's putting his money where his mouth is.
Right. And it takes away any risk for the buyer. If you don't like the book, you get your money back, so what do you have to lose?
Nothing really.
Yeah.
Except maybe the chance to totally change your love life.
Exactly. And isn't that worth a shot?
I think so. Okay, so wrapping things up, it sounds like Attract and Keep Her offers a new and interesting way of looking at dating and relationships.
Yeah, it does. Wolf challenges what we think we know. He gets you thinking about yourself and gives you real tools, for creating the kind of love you want.
He's not promising a fairy tale, but he is giving you a plan for building a better and stronger relationship.
And he does it in a way that's fun and empowering.
So for anyone out there struggling with their love life, or even just wanting to up their dating game, Attract and Keep Her might be exactly what they need.
It's worth taking a look.
Great. Well, thanks for diving deep with us today. We hope you found this look at Attract and Keep Her helpful and interesting.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning,
Yeah.
and keep looking for that love that lights you up.